That's the money spot. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay, what are you seeing right now? Do you see it, right?
Wait, are they stars?
Yeah, it's on this side of the mountain.
Since the early accounts in 47,000 BC by the Hunan cavemen, UFOs have played a lasting role in our folklore. UFOs have also emerged in written form around 4000 BC when Sumerian astronomers used cuneiform to record their sightings on clay tablets. With the evolution of technology, the number of sightings have become a constant global occurrence. Trout Lake is located in the northwestern corner of Klickitat County. At the foothill of Mount Adams, the glacier-covered stratovolcano that dwarfs the entire valley. Tahto, or Trout Lake as it was referred to by the Native Americans, was a great place to gather during the summer months. Abundant with natural resources, the different tribes would hunt, fish, and farm the rich and bountiful land. In 1862, George B. McClellan, former Civil War captain, headed a surveying expedition. 65 men, 170 horses and mules made up the surveying party to map out the new railroad for the Pacific Railroad. The first permanent white settler in Trout Lake was Peter Stoller, a Swiss immigrant who homesteaded in 1879. At the time, many Swiss and German settlers were drawn to the area because of its rich and fertile farmland. Presently, Trout Lake is home to Eceti Ranch, a place of both spirituality and enlightenment, founded by James Gilliland.
Yeah, basically the area here has a long, long history of UFO activity. Going back, the Native Americans know all about the ones that live on the interior underneath the mountain here, and they're wounded and sick. Were taken up to the mountain and given to these highly evolved beings, and they would come back in a very short time healed and mended of broken bones and things of that nature. So that history goes way back. The fire tower spotters, the forest rangers, the tribal police, the regular police all know about the activity up there. There's a long history of that, and the Kenneth Arnold, who coined the word flying saucers, lost sight of the ships when they descended on the western slopes of Mount Adams, which is basically our front yard. We're looking right at that area.
Okay, this is Rob with Unit, and I'm an open-minded skeptic here to investigate UFOs here with my buddy Slav.
Now we're going to be using some new equipment that we've got to try and capture this unidentified flying phenomenon.
We are here in Eceti Ranch, located at Trout Lake, Washington. We are here to investigate UFOs. They claim, people that have been here for years, that there are UFOs seen almost on a nightly basis. We have all kind of equipment, all kind of cameras here to see if we can verify that claim. We're going to make sure that it's not a satellite, it's not an aeroplane, it's not a planet or a star, and we got equipment that will tell us pretty much what that object is. Now, what do you got in your hand?
Basically, this is the Sky Scout, and what it does is it acquires a GPS location, and you can pinpoint using this viewfinder. You can pick a star or anything up in the sky, and it'll identify it for you.
That's the money spot. Yeah, right.
Okay, what are you seeing right now?
I was telling you guys earlier about it. Yeah, that's the money spot. Yeah, it was going last night. But at some point, you guys may want to kick back out. I don't know. There might be some activity here. There may be some activity back that way too. So, just so you know. What?
I can see it on here too.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you, man.
Base, man. Thank you. If you need anything, let me know. Okay.
Yep. You see it, right?
Wait, are they stars?
No, on this side of the mountain.
Okay, I'm using Yukon and an Eagle DVR, and I'm seeing 3 lights on the mountain that I can't explain why they would be there. They're same location, they don't move, but they are just flickering in and out. So they are just like where the snow pack is. And now I see the 4th one all the way to the bottom. It's all over the place. But I'm recording it, so we will be seeing it.
Okay, so we've been investigating for a while now, for several hours, and we've definitely seen a couple of strange objects on the mountain. We've seen a couple of satellites flying around. We have taken the pictures of a couple of orbs, but we've determined that those are due to the humidity in the air. We're still waiting for the big, the big evidence, the big hard-hitting evidence out here. So, we're still watching the skies.
Okay, we are supposedly in the vortex here at Eceti Ranch.
Hang on, it's super blurry.
Really?
Yeah.
So maybe that's the effect of the vortex.
No, I don't know. Okay, here.
Let's do it outside. As we were walking up here, I kind of, it was cool. It's not really cold. It's a little bit windy. And then, of course, when you walk into the vortex, I felt a little bit warmer. That was funny. And Slav actually thought that it was, there was a little heaviness about it. There was like a gravity. Almost 1 o'clock in the morning. We're still keeping vigil, looking up. No activity whatsoever. All the lights that were on the mountain, they flickered off. I mean, they're not even there no more. And we pointed laser to them, and there's no response. There's nothing. We're looking up. We saw satellites earlier on, and I think the reason we don't even see the satellites because the sun is too far down, so it will not, bounce or reflect off the satellites. So they might be up there, but we won't be able to see them. But as far as UFO, alien spacecraft, so far nada, nothing. So we'll still continue to investigate because that's what we do. Okay, here we go. Analysis of Trout Lake, Eceti. They went over there to capture low-flying UFOs, or any kind of object that is not from this world. Yeah. Now we got this mountain, Mount Adams,
Yeah.
that had all the lights. Like about 6 or 7 lights on the mountain, and we couldn't explain initially. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what we found out.
Well, basically the lights on the mountain, we saw them from about 11 to 2, you remember, and they were flickering on, flickering off. They were going all over the mountain, but they weren't flying off the mountain or doing anything strange. Basically, I called the ranger station after we got done with the investigation, and I spoke with a representative, and she told me that on July 7th, when we were out on Eceti, they had about 386 climbers out on the mountain that night. And the reason they climb at night, that's why we're seeing their headlamps, is because about 11 o'clock, the ice on the mountain, because it's a glacier, the ice on the mountain starts to harden, so they can climb, safer. The ice isn't as soft.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and they go till about 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's exactly what we saw.
Yeah.
So then it just went off and there was no more lights.
Exactly.
But we also captured lights.
Up in the sky. Well,
up
yeah.
in the sky, going straight.
Yeah.
And then flaring up, just like brighten up for a little bit and then go off. So we figured out that one too, because they didn't make a right angle turn, they didn't come down, they weren't over trees or anything, they were high in the sky, and basically the pattern that they had, which we checked, was satellites. And the reason they got brightened at times was when the solar panel would just like reflect more sunlight off of them. So, and then of course when this Earth is between the satellite and the sun, then we stopped seeing it, and that's exactly what happened once the sun was on the other side of the earth. There were satellites up there, but we couldn't see it.
They were reflecting. Okay.
Yeah, they weren't reflecting. Then, of course, orbs.
Yeah, we had
there was orbs all over the place.
We had
There
a lot
were
of pictures.
bugs all over the place.
Well, it wasn't just bugs. The thing is we're outside, and it's a large property. Not only were there bugs, because we were out in the woods, but there was a lot of humidity in the air that day. And so when people take pictures out there, I think it's a lot of reflection off of the water vapor in the air.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, you know, even though we didn't see anything out there that night, it's not so much to say that there really isn't anything out there. It's a big piece of sky. And I know we've been working closely with the people at Eceti to try and set up another investigation to go out there, because I know we talked about it and we really want to go back out there and investigate it some more.
Trout Lake is located north of Columbia River Gorge, a beautiful place full of historical sites and historical towns. It's a very beautiful place to visit for a day trip with the family. We really enjoyed it in the unit, coming over here and taking a look at the beautiful scenery and also investigate the UFOs.